back to my channel. Today I wanted to show you just a really cheap, quick meal. I'm just going to throw these few things together and call it, you know, what it is. It's just fried cabbage. It's a depression type meal. Something that was probably served, you know, during that era. I'm going to take bacon and I've chopped it up and I'm going to cook it. And then I'm going to add some fresh cabbage to it that I've cut really thin. It's like ribbon style, I guess. And then we'll add some onion to it. And we're going to put some fried potatoes with it, and it's going to be a meal. A lot of people during that time didn't have much to cook, and they probably didn't use bacon. They probably used salt pork or fatback, just a piece of fat. This has got a little bit more meat to it, and I'm going to leave the bacon in with it. So it's not just bacon grease that it'll be cooked in. It's the bacon pieces too. And you can also add more bacon if you want to. This is just, I took a pound of bacon, but I cut it in half. So it's just a half pound of bacon. And I did pick the lower sodium, but you could probably do turkey bacon too. It's probably not going to be as flavorful if you do. I decided to go ahead and add my cabbage in. And I've already added in my onion. Now, if you've never cooked with cabbage before, this may, you know, freak you out a little bit, but it has to cook down, and it will. You just got to give it a little time. Got to be patient with it. Sometimes, to keep it from burning, because it will burn, I'll put just a little touch of water in here, and then put the lid on and kind of help steam it. And that's probably what I'm going to do here in just a second. My bacon is still in here. And I didn't cook it to crispy yet because I didn't want it to get too overdone. Just a little bit of water. It's not even 1/8 of a cup, so it's like just a little bit. And I'm going to put my lid on. And then that way we can kind of steam it a little bit to help with the cooking process. You don't want it completely like limp and wilted, but you don't want it, you know, hard and crunchy the way it is. So you want somewhere in the middle. What I'll do is I'll probably cook this in batches. We'll take this out and then we'll cook the rest of it and then add it all together. Okay, y'all, so I've already cooked this in batches like I had said previously. I did add extra onion, so it's trying to cook down, which shouldn't take long as I keep stirring. Add a little water if I need to, and just don't let it get burned because it will burn if it just sits. All right, so we're coming down to the end of it right before I have to serve. I'm going to put some kosher salt and pepper to taste. You don't have to do kosher salt. You can do any salt that you like, and that's it. We're gonna, I peeled some potatoes and I just chopped them up in a pan, and I'm just gonna serve that with it. And that is a very, very cheap meal. So if you're looking to save some money, definitely less than $5 for this meal. We're going to make a real quick sheet pan dinner. I make these all the time for y'all and for my family. First thing we need to do is pour a little bit of oil over our meat, and we're going to use chicken today. The first thing that I'm using is paprika. The second one was onion powder. Putting a little garlic powder in there, and this time we're going to use just a little bit of parsley, not much. But you can use anything that you would like. We'll put some pepper. And I'm going to use light salt, but you can use kosher. That would be good, or sea salt. Kind of mix them together. Alright, I got one of the family pack of chicken. So I'm going to do 2 sheet pans. 5 chicken thighs for each one. And then I'm going to put some red boiling potato. Well, they're not even red boiling potatoes. They're just red potatoes out of a 5-pound bag that I just cut up in chunks. Doesn't matter what size. And I got the fresh green beans out of the produce department. It's about a 2-pound or so bag. Kind of separate out your vegetables if you can. Just try to make sure that your oil's coating everything. Now you can stop right here and just not put any more spices on, but it's going to leave it a little flat. So I've already preheated my oven to 400. Here is my sheet pan. Go ahead and pour these. I just kind of mix these around, put them in different little spots all over the place. If you have more seasoning left over, just lightly sprinkle. I would just do it on the meat to make sure that the meat got good and, you know, saturated. That's it. I'm going to stick this in the oven as is for about 20 minutes. Take a look at it, and if it's burning or cooking too fast, I'm going to cover it with some foil so it can finish. Should take anywhere from 20 to 40 minutes, just depending on the meat, the cuts of meat you use, the potatoes, the thickness, stuff like that. Green beans shouldn't take long at all, but it'll be a really good dinner, and it's really cheap and perfect for any budget. I'll see you here in another half hour. Okay, y'all, so this is fresh out of the oven. It didn't take quite that long, and it's ready to be served. It's easy and economical, and is the best kind of meal to have on a budget where you can just throw some things together and you can have dinner for everybody. I'll see y'all next time.